I'm gonna be an astronaut.
Hey guys, it's Lexi, and one thought that may have crossed your mind already is, why are you wearing bright purple lipstick? And don't worry, I don't leave my house like this. I know I look crazy and I don't normally wear this, but I had a purple lipstick and I thought it would be fun for the intro, so I'm wearing it. Now today's video is actually my #1 most popular video, and a lot of you guys wanted me to do an updated one, and it is my how I edit my Instagram pictures video and photo editing apps. And I recently did a what's on my iPhone video where I showed you guys all my apps, but this is going to be more in detail about how I use the apps and how I get my Instagram feed, although it is very messy. Oh, and just by the way, before I say anything, my phone case is from Wildflower because I always get comments about it. So basically, all of my photo editing apps are kept in one folder called Photo, and I'm going to be going through and showing you guys how I use all of them. Now, one of my most used apps for sure is Afterlight. Afterlight is kind of like your one-stop shop where basically you can do anything, so I'll just show you an example with a picture. Alright, so I'm using this cheese pizza picture as an example, and the first thing you can do is this, and this is probably really confusing, but there's clarify, brightness, contrast, saturation, exposure, and shadows, and I don't use any of those, but you do have that option on the app. And then what I do use the app for is filters, and there's all sorts of filters, but the one that I use for my pictures if I'm using this app is on Guest Filters, and it is called Rust, and it kind of gives your pictures that like old-timey filter look. I don't know, I really like how it looks, and you can sort of play around with how much you want and all the other filters and things like that. You can rotate it, you can make the borders smaller, I don't know, I don't really use this stuff. And then lastly on this app, you can change like the photo shape, you can make it a circle, a head, a letter, anything like that, and you can also add white borders straight from this app, and yeah, this is what that looks like. But the main thing that I use this app for is the filters. And then the next app in here is PicFX, and I actually find myself using this one more. And yeah, as you can see, I have some weird pictures in here, but I will just once again use that same pizza picture from my backgrounds folder. And as you can see, you have the option to crop, which I usually do since my Instagram is like a square theme. And literally what this app is a bunch of filters. All of these are just folders for filters, and you can sort of explore all these. By the way, I think this app does cost money. It's 99 cents if I remember correctly, and Afterlight's $1.99. And then for the filters that I use on this app, I like PFX film filters, and the ones that I usually use are PFX 5 or PFX 5X, and I don't know, they're kind of similar. This one's more dark. Now the next photo editing app is called Photo Collage, and it's pretty simple. You can just make collages, and I don't really use this app too often because I hardly post collages, but when I do post collages, this is what I will use. And there's all sorts of different collages that you can use, but I will always use either this one or this one, just both pretty simple. Now you can just tap and add a picture, so you press the plus sign and then add your top picture. So on top I added this picture of Lulu, and then on bottom I'll just add a random one. So as you can see, I selected two very random pictures just of my dog, and then this is like a bath bomb. And then what you can do is you can play around with the style of the picture. You can add borders or not, and whenever I use it, I just completely get rid of the borders because I think that looks a lot nicer. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory how you use this app. And the next app is called Papelook, which I have but I don't really use, and basically it's sort of like a magazine clip and cut sort of collage. You just have a free template, and then you can add photos, stickers, text, backgrounds, and all that sort of stuff. And if you like to Photoshop your face into like celebrity things, or just do any sort of Photoshopping, this is like a simplified version for that. Next we have Fonto, which is also a very, very simple app. All you can use it for is just putting text on pictures, which you guys probably already know how to do. So I just loaded this picture of a bath bomb, and then what you do is you tap where you want your text, you add it, then you can type whatever you want. I don't really know what I'm going to type, and then you can change the font, symbol, preset it, I don't know, align it, yeah, whatever. And then you can also just change that sort of stuff and add more text, and I'm like falling apart here. Then we have touch blur, and I actually have used this before on my Instagram. If there's accidentally like personal information in the picture or just something that you don't want to be there, anything like that, you can just easily blur it out with this app. So this is just a picture from Snapchat that I took of my friend, but say he wants to post this picture without the caption, what you can do is just blur right across there, and then you're done. And yeah, it's very, very simple and a really useful app. The next app is Square Ready, and I don't know if you guys have seen, sometimes after I post a video, I'll post a picture of the thumbnail on Instagram and then blur like the background. You'll see what I'm saying. And to do that, the app I use is called Square Ready. Okay, so you can also do a white background or colorful background on here, but I'm just going to show you what I do for mine because my camera battery is dying. And what I do first is I press this at the bottom so it's centered on the picture, so I press that middle one to center it, and then what I do is I press this and then I go on soft, or actually what is it, soft or normal, and then I blur the background out, and then that's how I do the thumbnail, like that. And yeah, you can do it any way you like, but that's how I use this app. And instead of a blur, you can also do a colorful background. It's really up to you. Then we have Photo Grid, which I never use, and I really am not sure why I have it. And then lastly, I have Mole Remover, which basically if you have like a zit or something on your face, you can just easily just get rid of it with this app. I don't really have a good picture of myself to use, so I'm just going to be using this picture of a fish from SpongeBob. And simply what you do is you drag it over where the zit is, and then you simply press nuke and it's gone. And you can't really see because this fish does not have any zits, but yeah, it's pretty simple to use. You should just check it out. So those are all of my photo editing apps. Sorry, I am literally rushing so fast through this because my camera is dying, but if you have any questions, feel free to comment them below and I will reply and help you guys out. And I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.